Hey yo, I'm like the dawn of the age of perfection, the utter perfection, the lesson. The truth speaks for itself, and I'm speaking for mine. Designed in the turbines of infinite time. Y'all just want to be dramatic, well I just want to be fantastic. Take the ethers in the matter, melt it down like plastic. Recreate it, remold it. More perfect each time as I hold it. But each creation, never disrespecting, holding perfection for every spirit, experience, and lesson. The testing of time and its theories, times have wanted to steer me off the edge clearly. Now I see that I'm an infinite being infinite, conceiving the distance of potential longevity. Getting better and better, see? Better and better, see? I came to this belief as I see it, understand and comprehend it, that we experience exactly according to our beliefs. We are that which we believe and conceive. This is precisely so it can show us exactly how powerful we are with free will at our disposal. The choice of duality, multiple realities, is not a tragedy. It's the greatest blessing, actually. We get to choose our destiny. Nothing's in charge of us but us, you see. Greatest rule number one, be true to thyself, thy wealth. It could be felt at any time in the timeline, designed in your mind. That which you believe and conceive to be is exactly that which you will experience. That is your distance, your goal, and the absolute prediction. You don't need a psychic. Just look at that which you love and choose to love to see, and that's exactly what your future will be. Consistently. And you could change and shift and rearrange it at any time. You could redesign it in your mind. You could be inclined to shine on one day and be gloomy on the next day. Be a god, be a devil, be a demon, be a preacher, be a crazy person fiending. Be calm, peace, and serenity. Be vanity. Be that which you desire to be, because it's all part of your lesson, you see? With no judgment upon anything, just observation merely. See, that's the key. That which you judge, you become. That which you judge, you inherit. Those who you judge and those who you are unwilling to forgive, you assume their full karma in alignment with them, and you carry that until you have now helped them shift and transist it. Do you understand? Don't resist it. Observation is different. Observe. Heard. Hear. Observation states facts as they be. Judgment casts out judgment as it is, and then forth shall be. Understand, see? So something could not be of benefit, and therefore it's affecting people in a way that is not best. But then if you say, hey, yo, you're a fucking idiot, what you did was stupid, you can't recoup it, well then guess what? When a fool argues with a fool, you can't tell who is the fool, you become one as well. So there you go. I hope you're feeling swell as you're in the well of your own shit and piss. Literally, bitch. Why you gotta judge? Just observe. It is what it is, and it's the only way anybody will ever be heard or understood or will even listen. It's the only place where true understanding can even begin. And then you move forward from there without without the loss of clarity and the severity of known facts. Use observation, not judgment. How about that? Observation states the facts as is, not the judgment of what you wish it would be in accordance with your analysis of the situation at hand. Stand grounded on the land, ocean, sea, and air out all at the same time. Divine multi-dimensional rhymes. Driving through Florida, going to the bank, cashing checks as I travel about. Always doing that without a doubt. Actually, most of the time it's just stacking. That's what I like doing. But I'm always keeping it moving. Stacking, by that I mean the cashing. What? Keep it on hand all the time. That's just how I like it. It works well in my mind. Liquid assets, there ain't nothing that can best it. Here I come fully invested for the best, the greatest. My magnitude, off the scale, especially in the latest. Only ever improving, assuming and moving, never really getting wounded by anything that could infinitely, consistently stop me from my distance that be. Impeccableness, greatness. My longevity, they can't rate this. The way I see it at this time, infinite, unscalable, uncomparable, godlike. Give me my planets and my regions in the universe to bless away the curses, uplift it, uprise it, too alive with all these theories in my mind, and most people have a lack of what is needed. I have too much, and now at this point I've given in and surrendered. No longer have I pleaded, give it all to me. I surrender to my greatness. I surrender to my greatness. I cannot fake this, you could not take this. I surrender to my greatness. I could not fake this. You could not take this. I surrender to my greatness. Surrender to your greatness. Surrender to your greatness. No longer could you take this. They cannot take this. No longer could you fake this. Surrender to your greatness. Freestyle flows, and here we get it. No, I've been surrendering to my greatness. I can't let it go. People try to suppress me, arrest me, and test me. People try to degrade me and rape me and praise me. But guess what? I don't give a man, woman, or lady. Lately, even acting like a baby, I'm only gonna be assumed. My commitment here, I've solidified it. Hear it, it's too alive with theories and conclusions that will leave me ever growing, no assuming. The only commitment that I have is to greatness. The only commitment that I have is to greatness. The only commitment that I have is to greatness. You could not take this. I could not fake this. I could not fake this, you could not take this. My only commitment is to greatness. That assumes with the one. True, start beginning, be true to thyself, and that's how you start winning. Don't start assuming, don't start moving to the cloudy regions of assuming. Illusions that get confusing and gloomy, and then all of a sudden false reality starts surpassing around thee, and you lose your motherfucking identity. Now you become corrupted with feelings and emotions aren't true to you, and you're more turbulent than the tides of the oceans. How many times you gonna do this to yourself, huh? Quit the commotion, cease the unsteady motion, roll up more grounded than intergalactic federations. No debating the holy nation, sovereign people and citizens. I hope you understand it. We often outlandish on this planet. We gotta get it in alignment, refinement. Here we go, feel it inside with the holy fire. You could not take this. I could not fake this. All I care about is the greatness. All I care about is the greatness. You want some spiritual armor? More powerful than anything man could imagine, fathom, craft, and fasten. It's greatness. Let that be the focal point and your intention. It'll stop everything, the prevention of henchmen hunting you. Come on, man. Hope you understand. What could you do? Have your intention be the focal point of greatness. Then what could the fucking universe do other than support you, encourage you, uplift and rise you, bless you every time you arrive? You become a god now. You've become a god now, not God now. You've become a goddess now, with the focal point of greatness, true to thyself. The example that you set is universally felt and dealt. Blows to any type of preconceived evil, even though everything is just what it is at the time. If it's not in line with its divine will, it's just unaware of that, like you were when you was, when you when, where, and how. Now you came back like blow, judging the people like wow. Sit back, be humble. Sit down, be humble. Sit down, be humble. Stop the tumble. It only ends up in a fumble. Damn, man, bumbling, being about. You better start being what you ought to be about. Freestyle flows coming out my mouth. Didn't even know that this was gonna come about. That's how it comes through when you're creatively inspired, universally wired, straight holy fire. And your focus point, it'd be like this. You cannot take this, take this, take this. I cannot fake this, fake this, fake this. Divine, divine, divine greatness, greatness, greatness. Divine greatness, greatness, greatness. Going with the flow, going with the flow, going with the flow. Divine flow, I hope you know. God speed is the speed that I move at and be. Infinitely, consistently, the distance be. God speed. God speed. Weary little travelers, wanderers and seekers, explorers and deep thinkers. Freestyle flows. Ever getting better. Just like my perception of there's no such thing as bad weather, only a bad plethora of perception. Let's exchange that with unrelenting affection. For one to become one, one must become one with all. In this you must trust. A few small simple facts, but nonetheless let's bring it back. To the greatness, greatness, greatness. To the greatness, greatness, greatness. Drop the irateness, the hateness, and all the other fakeness, fakeness, fakeness. I cannot take this, take this, take this. This whole world tried to tell me that I was filled with weakness, weakness, weakness. And then I just realized it was meekness, 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 humbleness and humility. You feeling me? I was a motherfucking gorilla, G. I run up on your motherfucking family. It's fucking insanity. The mob tried to hire me. Fire, G. I run up and burn your fucking house down. Don't lie to me. You ain't a motherfucking prophecy. Fuck your prophet. You ain't a motherfucking prophet. Fuck your prophecy. Ain't nothing topping me, stopping me, mocking me, copping me. I don't give a fuck. Nothing's ever even dropped me. Except my pops, G. When I was 14 and he cold cocked me from the side. Only hit one knee on the ground, jumped up more alive. Did MMA for years, fighting and tighten and keeping it like the hype man. Nothing's ever came close to comparing or daring. Sometimes just with a little fucking gleek staring. That's why I brought it to the humble, humble, humble. Now I don't even get too brolic, brolic, brolic. All I do is drop knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. And apply it with wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. The application is such. It's that in must, which you must trust if you want to set any kind of example with ample force of power. Otherwise, you're just a coward, coward. It's all about the consistency, infinitely. That's the only way any distance can be legitimately held and defined in the mind or in present time on the earth scale. Yo, believe in this, all will prevail. Even through all hell and heaven. No pretending. And I never meant to be offending in any kind of way, especially to women. But I've just been getting life in the best degree. Just trying to do the best of me. And the one thing I always promised was love infinitely, consistently, that would evermore grow. And I've applied that to everybody, and by now you should all know. And if not, it's all good to me, because I'm loving infinitely and consistently no matter what you want to be. And that's shown and will in scale as well. And I'm gonna reign like heaven and hell at the same time, intertwined into the divine light spine, inclined to shine from my whole being, my whole mind, both the light and the dark of the beginning and the arc of civilization and creation as it came into its peak form, adorned in all forms, in all ways, for all days. That's why all I do is play, even when we acting seriously, and especially when there's war or beef. In the backwoods of the streets, in the etheric realms, or in my sleep. It's all just games to this motherfucker deep rolling. Fuck off trollins. Coming with the God conscious, everything else is just fucking nonsense. If it doesn't come from love and unity, it comes from fear and separation. That's why in my mind there's no debating. That's my basic line, my understanding, my foundation. If it doesn't come from love and unity, it comes from fear and separation. If it doesn't come from love and unity, it comes from fear and separation. So if anything isn't acting in a loving, kind, caring way and creating a unified field instantly in every way, it's coming from fear and separation, even including you and me and the rest of the entire world and the Galactic Federation, the nations, the planets, universes, and galaxies. If something is coming from an aggressive manner, it's because it's scared of tragedy befalling it, starvation and harm and all kinds of disease with it. So it acts in weak-minded, ill-willed ways. Riddle of the days. It's all about love and unity, love and unity. If you ain't coming from love and unity, you're coming from a place of a generating of fear and separation. You're coming from a place of generating fear and separation. You're coming from a place of generating fear and separation. You're coming from a place of generating fear and separation. You're coming from a place of generating fear and separation. If you're not coming from love and unity, you're coming from a place of generating fear and separation. It's why I look at that shit as a childlike nation. Those who be getting caught up with that. So all you people talking about killing and beefing, all you people in the military putting all these people deceased in, all these people acting in the streets like they beastin', you a bunch of terrified cowards, cowering behind military weaponry, made for the defending of people, you see. But what is spiritual prophecy proclaim in every prophet you see? Miraculous protection all about. You get caught up in man-made shit, man. You get caught in man-made shit, man. Live by the sword, die by the sword. So my swords came off the wall, and the love came out my heart, and all the rest has started to dearly depart. And now, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, death and the demons in the dark regions cower before me. It's a true story, and those that have walked in my glory have seen it in its presence, the full presence of God's presence in the present. Ever holding, ever being, ever gleaming, ever seeing, ever being, ever seeing. Evermore, forevermore. No exaggeration, and there's more in store.